Hello, Roam Mithril here once again, finally back to Nezumiman. Yeah, it's actually been a few days since I've worked on this. Reason being, I finally found an online game that I can actually play. Yeah, don't get too terribly excited. It's still unreliable as all get out thanks to HughesNet, and I frequently get kicked out of the game, often mid-mission. I play as a Fomar, so I'm not exactly someone you want to get used to having around just to get pulled away by a bad connection. However, it still runs well enough and lets me play with Kit, Shag, and Pink, so that makes me happy, and that's what I've been doing the last few days. But for now, back to Nezumiman. And our next boss. So sleek and elegant, such style and grace. So powerful and determined. Yeah, that's enough buttering him up. Behold Butter Nezumi, seemingly the combination of a mouse and a Holstein cow. Right then. We even have a nice farm setting. The first enemy we have to deal with are these chickens on rolling logs. If you take out the log first, the chicken will still continue to attack you. And it's a bit of a spaz, too. If, on the other hand, you take out the chicken first, the log just harmlessly falls off screen. We also have the return of these swooping birds. Rather annoying, those. We also have this gimmick. I know it was used in one of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. I want to say the first one, maybe Starlight Zone? Or maybe it was used in multiple games, actually. I don't really know. The ostriches can't be shot in the legs, and you can't slide under them, so they're just kind of an obstacle with a weird hitbox. And now time for a mid-boss. This windmill is kinda reminiscent of Hanabiran from Mega Man 9, the infamous flower clock mid-boss. Except there's no central spinning bar that you have to dodge. There's also safe places to jump off to the left and right this time, rather than just death spikes. Oh, stop trolling, you. There's also no way to get it to stop shooting at you. No way to make it withdraw early. So, it's a bit of a trade-off, really. Either way, it's still annoying. You also have the constant spinning to deal with. There we go. Who gave the sheeps munitions? Madmen! The bombs from the sheep don't actually hurt, but the explosions sure do. Okay, be ready to jump immediately here. The box physics are not as forgiving as they are in Mega Man. The box won't just appear on top of you, it'll push you right out into the death spikes. For those not clued in by the phrase death spikes, that's a bad thing. Alright, so far so good. Multiple sheep. The pitchforks on these cows, they serve as a shield as long as they're holding them upright. The main thing to worry about with them is the range on their attacks. When they point it at you, they're getting ready to fire. However, if you can find a safe vantage point like this, they're not too bad. Of course, this is the only one that gives you such a vantage point. Lure your shots. You do have to be careful, because the ball on that seesaw, it will actually hurt you if you come in contact with it. Even if it's just still resting, so yeah. That was cutting it close. Wow, okay. Yeah, if you have the shockwave, you can bypass the monstrosity and go through that way. Plus, it gives you an extra life you can't otherwise get. Try and stand back a bit from you. There we go. Time for Butter Nezumi. His weapon of choice, the Butter Barrier. Yeah, strange as it is, he's the shield user of the group. When battle starts, he'll immediately go for the bottle of milk there, and come out with his shield. He jumps at you a couple of times, throws the shield at you, and then throws 3 normal shots. I believe the droplets of milk do hurt you as well. If you time it well, you can actually get 4 hits on him per pass. Just don't get greedy and be careful of the shots. Don't underestimate them. Essentially, you want to give yourself plenty of reaction time to see the shield coming when he throws it. And be ready for the 3 shots to follow. Pretty pattern-based, though, once you get used to him. Still not to be underestimated, do not lose track of that pattern. It's very easy to become complacent in this fight. But there we go, Butter Nezumi is down. And so with that we get the Butter Barrier, which is apparently a teddy bear. So, yeah, there we go. This one didn't give me too many problems, but still a few, so enjoy a few outtakes. And yet more exploding sheep. Oh, bugger! Should have stayed where I was. Sheeps! The abomination is back. Oh! I missed the slide. Yeah, you die anyway. So the first enemy we have to deal with are these chickens on rolling logs. If you take out the log first, the chicken will still keep attacking you like this. Whereas if you take out the chicken first, the log just harmlessly falls away. And we also have complete clumsiness on my part. Excellent! So yes, our time down on the farm wasn't so bad. Got to meet the local livestock, blew up a windmill, milked a Cowmouse for all it was worth. I give Butter Nezumi a 3 out of 10. As a shield user, Butter Nezumi isn't too tough to deal with. Moderately more difficult than Plant Man, only in the sense that he does at least shoot you instead of just leaping around and throwing the shield at you. The closeness of his shots, it is quite possible to become complacent while fighting him, which did happen on my practice run. The stage itself, the main issue is the windmill. Mid-bosses, man. Mid-bosses. The spread of its shots, it can be troublesome sometimes, and you get little warning as to where it'll become vulnerable. Other than that, the threats of this stage are present, but fairly minimal. Yeah, just watch for those pitchfork cows. That said, 3 out of 10 seems about right. With that, that's the end of this one, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.